hundreds, new friends, new money, new bands, new hundreds.
Yo, Kyle, this shit crazy.
Friends, whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Hell nah to new friends, whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Hell nah to new friends, whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Hell nah to new friends, whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Yeah, my day ones know I post up, so just come through. If you say nothing, you glow up, she can come too. Can't say nothing when he choked up, so just cut him loose. We stay calm when we froze up, that's what diamonds do. Yeah, new island, stay coasting. Can't find it, stay ghosting. My silence is smoking, outshining the ghosting. Headlining the show then. I'm not whoa, I'm the ruler, I'm known. All of my shooters stay closed, all of my jewelry cold, all of my Ubers are dope. Lex Luthor my role model, one queen and I throw models. So wet that I need goggles, all business and no drama. Cause all I really need is people commas. And all these low these business is sons. Cause all you niggas dogs no commas. So don't apologize, rock. You see them still, nigga, just hustle. Waiting for my downfall. Hell nah, the new friends, they praying for my downfall. Hell nah, the new friends. Said hell nah, the new friends. Whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Hell nah to new friends. Whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Hell nah to new friends. Whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Hell nah to new friends. Whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Said what you want, let me know, I'ma throw you bone, then watch you go. You didn't even believe in this shit, you tried it once and then you choke. Cause y'all stay sleeping, I stay woke. Making racks and y'all still broke. Sipping on that Henny Coke, y'all laughing, I ain't telling jokes. That's real talk and that time that's ticking, that's real clock. You heard that clipping, that's real Glock. Yo, life is slipping, that's real shock. My wrist is dripping, that's real watch. My crew stay whipping, that's real mock. My clothes stay dripping, that's real swatch. If you ain't gonna dip, you can still watch, that's real talk, my nigga, Like Afro Man rode a Coupe de Ville, my nigga, Like Sam Crow, but I'm real grim, my nigga, All this cash flow, but I can't swim, my nigga, Out in Buffalo, let's meet at 10s, my nigga, Whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Hell nah, the new friends. Whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Hell nah, the new friends. Waiting for my downfall, waiting for my downfall. Hell nah, the new friends, they praying for my downfall. Hell nah, the new friends. Said hell nah, the new friends. Whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Hell nah, the new friends. Whole lot of new money, whole lot of new bands, all kinda new hundreds. Hell nah, the new friends. Praying for my downfall, waiting for my downfall. Hell nah, the new friends, they praying for my downfall. Hell nah, the new friends. Said hell nah, the new friends. She ain't the one. She ain't the one. No, she ain't the one. She ain't the one. But who she with? She ain't the one. No, she ain't the one. She ain't the one.
Yeah, we fucking up bands, make it again. Don't understand, don't comprehend, do not pretend. When will it end? It just began. We toured the land, told her to come. Who is she with? We on the run. She brought a friend, hop in the back. Is she the one? Shit, nah, she ain't the one. My day ones know I post up, so just come through. If you say nothing, you glow up, she can come too. Can't say nothing when he choked us, so just cut him loose. We stay calm when we froze up, that's what diamonds do. You fucking around, but you mess with the king. You thought you had me, but it was a fling. We in Jamaica, but we doing our thing. All of the things and we buying some rings, but you ain't got one and we flying jets. Yeah, you a hater, but you not a threat. Right mind, I don't need a ghost. Fly high, we don't need a host. We buying islands on the East Coast. My bread, I don't need toast. Got Wi-Fi on the speedboat. Couple dimes in the safe though. My guys, yeah, we do the most. I buy all these new stocks. A mile high in that blue fox. My time, we don't need clocks, no. We fuck around getting fancy as shit. Just bought a pound, I ain't trying to quit. Don't come around unless you taking a hit. Brought a new sound and it's all about to shift. Got a few girls and they all in good health. Teaching to build up the family wealth. You acting mad and you going to fit. This how we live cause we fancy as shit. You just want a cloud, I understand now. You want a ready nigga, take your hand now. Don't got time for this, I need a couple bands now. You feeling lonely, go get you a couple friends now. Yeah, we fucking up bands, make it again. Don't understand, don't comprehend, do not pretend. When will it end? It just began, we toured the land. Told her to come, who is she with? We on the run, she brought a friend. Hop in the bag, is she the one? Shit, nah, she ain't the one. Check, 1, 2, ayy, check. I don't know if I can rap this shit. Yeah, ayy, yeah. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's poppin'. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they sat it. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stopped checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. I see you looking, I see you watching. Wasn't too long ago, we was just talking. I'm sorry you hate me now, and I don't mean that I'm sorry for me. I'm just sorry for you, cause you won't get to see what a hot king can do when he's given the chance to become what he knew he could. Now my shit's popping, oh, and I'm shocking. I'm just from Buffalo, I shouldn't make it. Was right by my auntie, but that woman hated me. Good at pretending for everyone faking it. Now I'm awake and I see why they made the choice to kick me out just as soon as I made the choice. Now I'm a king, yeah, that's the thing. Happens a lot. Fatherless kids, yeah, we come by the lot. Changing shit whether you like it or not. He would come like it or not. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they just come flocking. I just don't let they sat it. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic. Wearing all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stopped checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice. Fuck the whole industry, music and media. Started my own shit, I don't think they feeling me. I just don't get it, so fuck it. I'm done with all this luck shit. Y'all think y'all scaring me, so I address it. But now all your niggas is running. All of your mouths is just running. No talent, but your shit is funded. Now all y'all think y'all real funny. Clown flexing with that fake money. Can't buy shit without real shit, so you rent shit cause you real dummy. Just invest in mine like
he's heating up.
New money coming soon. Yo, last post got like 50,000, but you can't fill the fucking room. Look at my wrist, yeah, it's popping. Took the whole family shopping. Funny that you always flexing. Just saw your car at the auction. Niggas on IG be stalking. All these girls, too many options. Act like I don't hear you talking. Drop it and they
What's your name, fat body?
I just don't let they sat it. Then got Gorilla Gang tatted. I went like it's automatic. Passing these niggas is tragic.
How dare
Wearing
you?
all black with no magic. You just got green in your ice. They all stopped checking the facts, so I just stopped treating them nice.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Shut up, bitch.
Are there any women here today?
No, the diamonds are here.
Let's get it. Yeah. Ay, all of y'all talking, but I just went Papa Swole, put nuts on their chin like Everson.
You're insane, gold member.
On my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. I'm dropping slappers to hell with an album. Might fuck around and go see Jimmy Fallon. I multiply while you bury your talents, cause I'm like a hawk when I bury my talents. Guess what I'm saying? I pray on these niggas. There was a day when I'd pray for these niggas. Now I got nothing to say to these niggas. I pray that God does away with these niggas. I keep my friends close, but my enemies closer. My mental is gross, but my verses are kosher. These girls going wild, but I'm not a poacher, so I just keep shining like Elon, I'm solar. All of y'all talking, but I just win. Papa Swole, put nuts on their chin like Everson. K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My bennies are blue, but the product is green. Gotta make this money, only game I know. I'm the only king, this ain't no Game of Thrones. Everybody wanna be a fucking king until it's time to do what a king does. Everywhere I look, it's just kids and drugs. Everywhere I look, it's just gangs and thugs. Can't tame the guns, can't save our loved ones. I grew my funds and I called the plug. Then I filled my lungs, I don't mess with that new shit. Y'all talking tough, but ain't none of y'all do shit. Y'all chasing money, you want the exposure. Y'all think y'all funny and snake Gucci loafers. I don't give disclaimers, I rap full disclosure. These niggas all think they were born in October. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have stacks on plus stacks when I'm older. Stacks when I'm older. Yeah, stacks when I'm older. The only thing different between you and I is that I also have millions in cash when I'm older. All of y'all talking, but I just win. Papa Swole, put nuts on their chin like Everson. K2 get mounds of cash. Looked in the crowd, saw my name on the ass. You made them bands, now your money is spent. I stash away about 40%. Empire with honey like I'm Gary V. My blue, but the product is green.
The more you hate me, the more you will learn.
Inconceivable!
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised. Go fuck yourself.
Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Norma.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3140 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beercast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in that realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beeshes, booshes, bustas, hustlers, and yo-hos? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. Today's episode, the Beescast, is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everest and K2, flexing on all you bees.
Fucking Catalina.
All right, fam, welcome to the show. Make sure you take a moment, hit the like button. Thank you for being here. And of course, if you have not yet done so, we are very stoked because the Swolenormous app has been live for a couple weeks, maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's brand new, so make sure if you haven't yet done so, if you're just coming back to the podcast after taking a little hiatus or you're new, make sure you head on over to the App Store, Google Play, and download the Swolenormous app. You could learn more all about it, swolenormousx.com/app. Or you can just head on over to swolenormousx.com. Join the fam today. Start your free trial. and get started with all of our programs and, of course, all the private live streams. Everything you need is at your fingertips, and it's all in one place. So you don't have to go scrolling. You don't have to go searching endlessly on Google. You don't have to sit here and ask questions and try to piece together your own thing. You could ask questions here. That's totally cool. But you can actually have all the tools that we speak about here on the podcast at your fingertips. And like Jeremy just says, he was creating his app playlist earlier. You can create your own custom playlists. So with our hundreds of yoga classes and recipes, everything that we have, you can create your own custom playlist. So you have the things that you need at your fingertips, easily accessible when you want them, however you want them. So make sure you go and download the app today. Let's get into today's show. Are you ready for some tip? You ready for some Swole fan posts? We got some good shit going on. And let's get into it. Here we go. Time for that tippy. Babe, just an inch. It's cold. It's cold outside. It is cold outside. First Swole fan post of the day. Let's get into it. We got a couple accountability posts from this past Sunday or yesterday morning.
What's in the box?
We like to get some accountability posts, accountability text sometimes on a Monday morning. Kylie says, I finished 3 months of Maximum Swole and started Scorched Earth. Ooh, how many of you have created, or how many of you have done Scorched Earth inside Swolenormous X? How many of you have done Scorched Earth? That's a brutal program. So focusing on staying consistent with the new program, prepping my meals according to my new goals. Finding a new job has been stressful and time consuming, but I won't let that get in the way. I'll be meal prepping every other day because I like my food fresh, and I'll be working out in the mornings at 7:30 and really focusing on not skipping mobility or yoga days. Sometimes if I'm not lifting weights, I think I'm not accomplishing anything. I've started a slight caloric deficit since I've been building muscle consistently and want to shred a little more body fat. Totally good, totally acceptable. Just keep in mind, and Kylie, you can monitor it this way. Obviously, you don't want to lose muscle. You want to trim down a little bit. So keep it around maintenance or maybe slightly lower, and just make sure if your performance starts to suffer, then you need to adjust and increase. Okay. Because you want to lose some fat, but you don't want to lose muscle mass. And if you find your strength getting a little bit zapped, you're probably in too much of a deficit. So bring that up, bring the protein up, or bring the carbs up a little bit. So play it one day at a time. And thanks for being here. And I appreciate you. One thing that I will say, okay, you did say 3 months of Maximum Swole. So for those that don't know, Maximum Swole, there is no time limit for Maximum Swole. And the purpose behind Maximum Swole is the fact that you want to get on a schedule that you can keep long term. And that's what's different from Maximum Swole from the other programs. And if you're doing Maximum Swole, drop it in the comments below. So Maximum Swole, let me just bring this up in the app here, and I'll head on over to programs. So Maximum Swole is the one that says Maximum Swole, of course. So this program is actually designed to be done over and over again. There's no limit to how long you can do Maximum Swole. And the whole point of that is to give you the understanding that if you are recovering properly, if you are managing your fatigue, you don't need recovery weeks. You don't need to deload. You don't have to do that. If you're on a program that is fatiguing and overloading in the short or medium term, you're going to have to deload. But you don't have to if you're on a program that actually is structured that way. If you're maximizing, this is going to be a little confusing. If you're maximizing, minimizing fatigue, and that's what Maximum Swole does, then you can be on that split endlessly. And of course, as you get older or as you change needs, maybe if your personal habits or your sleep or certain things suffer, then you might have to adjust your recovery periods and so on and so forth, but you don't have to deload. So you find a good split that you can stick to, and then Maximum Swole you could do endlessly. So if you're doing Maximum Swole, drop that in the comments. But very good. 3 months of Maximum Swole. I would honestly say I'm going to be honest. You're commenting here. 3 months of Maximum Swole isn't really enough. If you're trying to build muscle, 3 months is not enough. Just going to say it. So Kylie, I know you might have changed. I'm not discouraging you from continuing with Scorched Earth, but just keep in mind that if you're doing Maximum Swole, the point is to build muscle long-term, and 3 months is not long enough to flesh that out completely. So if you're trying to put on muscle and you're focusing on that process, it's really going to be at least probably 6 months to a year. You really want to stick on that for a while because it takes a long time to master and to understand and learn about your own fatigue and learn about your recoverability. It takes a lot of time, and there's a lot of subtleties with that. So just keep that in mind, that it's not, 3 months, hey, I bulk, now I'm going to cut. It doesn't happen that fast. So my recommendation is to do it for much longer. And I've been doing that structure for, I guess I can, was it 23? Probably a year and a half, at least a year. I've been doing it for at least a year. I'm seeing great results. I love it. Melissa says, hi, Papa. As always, I'm focused on staying consistently consistent and seeing just how hard I could push myself this week. Hit some new PRs with the maximum Swole split I'm on, that I've been on last week. I plan to keep that momentum going while not being attached to numbers. Thanks for everything in Swole. And being attached to numbers, I'm not sure exactly how you mean that, but of course with Maximum Swole, the numbers are very important in terms of how many reps you're getting or the weights that you are focusing on. Remember, it's not about the volume. It's about the intensity. It's about minimizing fatigue, and it's about increasing your weights and or your rep strength. So it's not about how many sets you do in a week. If the numbers are going up, you're going to be building muscle. If you're increasing strength, you're building muscle. If you're building muscle, you're going to be increasing strength. So when you are looking at those numbers, people really get wrapped up with, I'm trying to do 3 sets or 4 sets. Again, the mind, the human mind, is going to continue to quote unquote mind fuck you. And a lot of people come into this stuff thinking that more is better. 3 sets is better than 2 sets. 4 sets is better than 3 sets. And if I could do 4 sets and get good results, then 6 sets is better. There is that point of diminishing returns. And every additional set you do after the first 1 or 2 is going to be diminishing returns. You're going to have to do more and more to match that first set. So what's really most important is the stimulus, is the progressive overload. And if you're doing that, you don't need more sets. So frequency is important, and the progressive overload, everything else is just kind of background noise. You don't need to do a billion sets. I don't know if I showed this post already. I don't know if I'm going to show the screen. There's the Papa Swolio, but hashtag Make America Swole for a chance to win today's Swole card. I don't know if I showed this yet. If I didn't, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Make America Swole. Drop that in the comments. Hashtag Make America Swole for a chance to win today's Swole card. We'll give that away at the end of today's episode. All right, let's get into we got a couple email responses. If you are, do we have email responses, or is that, did I miss, or is that not today? Oh, these are in the app. Okay, not emails, but if you want to get on the email list, go to makeemailswoleagain.com. All right, we didn't do any email responses today. I think we're going to do some more tomorrow. All right, Amy says, newbie question. This is from the app. Amy says, best way to track weight amounts at the gym. In the past, I pretty much just guessed what I did the previous time, but I really wanted to do better at tracking. Plus, I love tracking numbers, and it's absolutely essential. Do you all use something in this app, another app, or a small notebook? I'm planning on hitting the gym today, and it's probably been almost 2 years since I've been. Thank you. Have a great day. Yes, members use the app. I use the app, and I also use a composition book. So I'm doing a masterclass when we have our Swole New Year's party at the end of this month. We're doing a bunch of releases. A lot of you know that. That's one of our twice a year major release parties. So we have the Balls Deep for summer, and we also have the Balls Deep for summer this past year. Remember, we announced that we were releasing the app, and of course now we've released the app. So at the end of a couple days before the new year, we start the new year early. We bring in the new year with some awesome new releases. We look back at all the things we've done over the past year, and we reminisce because, of course, you don't realize how much you've accomplished in the past year. You want to keep your head down and focus on the future and focus on executing and moving forward, but it's also good to look back and appreciate how much progress you've made. And of course, as the progress we've made in the Swole fam. So we're going to look back on all the releases. And of course, we're going to have a lot of major new releases and masterclasses and stuff that we're launching. We're going to have a lot of stuff. So there's going to be one masterclass that I've been talking about, breaking down how I personally track it. I like to write. I love the app. I track stuff in the app, but I really like to write things down. I like to write things down. I like the pen, and I use a composition book. So I'm going to do a masterclass and explain how I do it. It's not complicated, but just the little annotations and things that I use. And of course, I'll use the app for tracking other things. And if you don't know, you can go into let's give you an example. So if you go into the app and you go into calendar, can I show, let me remove the bottom bar. So in the app, you go to calendar at the bottom, and then you hit here, journal, 7 Pillars journal. And I could say, hey, Beaches, what up? I could track anything I want, hit the save button, and then boom. And then it's right there. So I can go to any other date, go back to the 10th of December and review, right? So I can track anything I want in the app. And some of you might like that. Some of you, and you could do it different ways. And maybe you prefer that for tracking your workouts and tracking the details. Some of you might want to track in a different method, but then you could track other things there. So it gives you a lot more dynamic nature because it's a freestyle way to track your 7 pillars. And some people like to track certain things. And some of you, depending on what pillar you're working on, and we talk about this all the time, you're not necessarily always focusing 100% on each pillar. Sure, you want to check them off every day, but some days or some weeks, you might be focusing more on mobility, or maybe you have issues with family and you're focusing a little bit more on community this week. You know, sometimes certain pillars take more of a front seat in your life, and then other ones that you have locked down, maybe your nutrition is locked down, your training's locked down, but you got to focus a little bit more on your sleep and your community. Doesn't mean you don't do the other ones. It just means sometimes certain ones get a little bit more of the spotlight, you know? Okay, good stuff. So good question. And Amy, so we have masterclass on that coming. Some of you can make sure you go into the app, into the community section, and answer Amy, or you could drop your thoughts in the comments what you do. But like I said, there's some masterclass content, education coming of how I personally do it. All right, let's get into one more comment. Jeremy. Jeremy won the Swole card yesterday, but let's welcome him again officially. Jeremy was doing his trial, and now Jeremy says, I pulled the trigger, joined the full membership to the Swole fam. I'm looking forward to seeing what I was missing. Well, welcome. Let's get a little America. Super awesome. Glad that you pulled the trigger. Glad that you joined us. And welcome officially, Jeremy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, let's get into some knowledge cock. If you got questions, drop them in the comments down below. Hashtag AskPapaSwolio. Phoenix says, I saw a massive old dude at the gym and he was hauling around his huge binder. He had been tracking his workouts for over 20 years. I love the idea. I wish I saved some of my old stuff because I had those old composition books. I don't know where they are. Maybe they're still somewhere, you know, up north in, you know, at our old house. I don't know where they went. I wish I saved some of those old journals because they might be somewhere. I don't know if I would throw them out, and I think my mom would probably get sentimental and maybe not throw them out. I have to ask her if she has any of those. But because I used to use the old composition books also. And if you don't track your workouts, you don't know what you did. A lot of times people think that they'll know what they did, or, hey, I'll load the weight up so it's hard again today. But if you understand progressive overload, you would understand that a single repetition makes all the difference. A single pound makes all the difference. So you might have another hard workout. Again, you might train and be like, wow, that was really hard. But maybe you did 1 less rep or you did 5 less pounds than last time because you don't remember and you perceive it as hard, but you did 6 reps this time and last time you did 4 and you don't really remember that because you have a lot going on. You're not going to remember. But literally going from 4 reps to 5 or going from 200 pounds to 205 is progressive overload. And if you don't track it, you're not going to be making progress. You're just going to have hard workouts. And I think what people don't understand overwhelmingly in fitness is they don't understand that a hard workout does not mean progress. Just because you're sore, just because you feel exhausted, just because you did work doesn't mean you're making progress. You just fatigue yourself. And don't underestimate how many people just go to the gym and they're working out, they're not training, they're just fatiguing themselves. You see people at LA Fitness or Crunch or 24 Hour or wherever you go train, most people are just fatiguing themselves. They're just doing work. They're not actually being specific. You just need maybe 25% of what most people do, but focused on specific things. You did an exercise for 10 reps, now do it for 11, or add another 5 pounds and do it for 10 reps again. Your work was done, move on. And people don't do that. They waste a lot of energy and time and just fatigue themselves and then get frustrated and quote unquote fall off because they're not getting results, but it's because they're not executing properly. That's why you need a program. And that's why we always say to join the Swole fam and download the app and start Maximum Swole or one of our programs. Like you need to make that consistent progress. And if you're tracking, you can actually do that. Where do we track in the app and the journal? Yep, that's what we just said. Yeah, you could track in the journal. Like I said, you can write. I have my composition book and I write things in a certain way because I'm old school. I've been doing it that way for most of my life. Since I started, I went through a period where I didn't track closely like that, but I've always done it like that. I like it. Some people that are more digitally inclined, you can, and again, you can track whatever you want. So anyway, the app allows you to track whatever you want. Candyman156, are you, Papa Swole, are you ready to hate going to the packed gym after the New Year holiday? No, I'm not. That's why investing in my own gym has been the best decision I've ever made. No, I don't. My gym is never packed. My gym is always open. Any exercise and any machine I want to do is always available whenever I want to do it, whatever time of day. If I want to do it at 2 a.m, it's available. If I want to do it at 4 p.m., it's available. If I want to do it at 9 a.m., it's available. So I don't have to deal or worry about packed gyms ever again unless I choose to. Best investment ever. Best investment ever. Jeremy says, I just ordered a bundle of composition notebooks. Yeah, you go on Amazon, like a 3-pack is what, $8 or something? The college ruled is so cheap. So cheap. Plus, the best thing about that is that then you're not on your phone. Now, some of you might like that, but I don't want to be on my phone tracking and looking and so, no, that's just not how I work. Now, the app will do that. You can track whatever you want, but again, it's preference. It's preference. So some of you might have a different app that you like to track in. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. You can use Excel, you can use Notes. I think one of the best ways to do it, you can actually do it in Notepad and then transfer it. You could have both. Apple Notes, the Notepad is probably one of the best apps, literally probably the best app that is on the iPhone, period. So you could use Notepad, then copy and paste it into the Swolenormous app and just have it in 2 places so you can look based on the date and also have, you could break it down by body part. You could break it down and have it in folders. It's just great. And it syncs to your laptop or your computer and iCloud. And it's great. You just keep it simple. But some people some people more digitally inclined. Some people like old school. I like it old school. So I love how pen and paper is old school. It's like just very human. I don't know, preferences, right? It doesn't matter. As long as you're doing the work, you're progressively overloading. How you track is really up to you, but that's what I'm going to do in the masterclass to show you, because some people might be like, what do you just do? Write down the exercise? I have a little method where I can scroll back and I know what I did and I can really reference things pretty easily. So I like it. Jack Santa, I love the notifications from the app. It really helps me remember the plan. Good. Again, you need that fire under your ass. You need sometimes that structure. And hey, today is the day. Oh, today is December 11th. What am I doing? I'm doing this. So you can schedule the actual workout. If you have any questions, drop in the comments. We'll get into some more, but let me actually pop open the app for a second just to show you some context. So for people that might be curious. So for those of you that might have an issue scheduling things, let's say today's Tuesday. So let's schedule a workout. Let me actually remove the bottom bar. So let's schedule something let's do this together. Let's schedule a yoga class, and this is how it will pop up. Let's schedule a yoga class for, let's say today at 3 p.m. So let's go to the homepage. Let's try the new featured class, let's do the new class. Let's do new releases. Let's do Alex's new class, Yin for Hips and Legs. So we go to Yin for Hips and Legs and let's schedule it on the right. Schedule, and let's do it for today. Let's do it for today at 3 p.m. and then save at the top. The video has been scheduled for December 10th at 3 p.m. So then you leave here. When you go to your calendar, boom, you have it right there. So on your calendar, and then you have your journal below it. So you can see where I wrote, hey, Beaches, what's up? And then right there, you have your Yin for Hips and Legs at 3 p.m. So what you can do is you can schedule your workouts and then journal it below. And then you know what you did that day. Literally, you don't have to type in the journal, hey, I did this today. I did Yin for Hips and Legs. No, it's right there on your calendar. You'll see what you did. And then you could always right here, schedule it again. You could remove it and delete that. Maybe you change the class or whatever. So it's really up to your preference. So you're able to see what you did, and then you could journal based on that. Hey, I really had a great time with this yoga class. It was awesome. Let's do it again. And then when you go back on your calendar, you could see your thoughts maybe on that yoga class. And of course, if you go to that yoga class, no comments on this yet because it's a brand new class, but you can actually leave a comment. And I encourage you guys to do that. You can comment on the video and then all members can see it. You can leave comments on classes and workouts that you like. So I really highly recommend that you guys do that. Okie dokie. Let's get into some more questions. If you have questions, hashtag ask Purposewolio. Let's see what we got here. Kirik 123777. Papa Swolio, is going to the gym 6 times a week a good decision for muscle growth? It can be. It's probably unnecessary. So I'll unpack that a little bit. 6 times a week. First, I have a couple other questions. What are you doing 6 times a week? Because maybe you're going to the gym and doing a yoga class. Maybe you're going to the gym and doing a little cardio. Maybe you're going to the gym and doing some mobility or stretching. If you're trying to lift heavy, intense weights 6 times a week, in my opinion, in my experience, it's too much. You really don't need more than probably 4 days a week. If you're doing more than 4 days a week, you really have to have high recoverability and be doing very low volume on each day. And it really depends. So I personally do 4 days a week, maybe 5, depending on what I'm doing. But you have to be very mindful of your fatigue and what you're incurring. So if you're trying to maximize muscle growth, understand that minimizing fatigue is equally as important, if not more, than the stimulus that you're providing. You need the stimulus, you need the mechanical tension, but you also need the minimizing of fatigue. That way you can recover and actually progressively overload. Because if you're lifting the same amount of weight and you're always fatigued, you're never really completely recovering, then you're not going to be able to add that extra 5 pounds or that extra rep. So you're not able to progressively overload, which means you're not going to build muscle. Jeremy, Papa Soy, is the app journal private or can others see it? No, no one can see your journal. I can see it. So if you write private stuff, I'm going to look at it and be like, ooh, look at what Jeremy said. No, I can't see it. I'm just joking. I'm kidding.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, the app journal is private. So only you can see that. The app journal is on your device. So if you delete the app, you're going to lose everything. So don't delete the app, anything you've downloaded. So as long as it's on your phone. It's on your phone. So I can't see the journal. No one else can see the journal. But if you comment on a video, everyone else can see it. So you can comment and be like, under Yin for Hips, you can comment and be like, hey, I love this class. Other people will be able to see that it's like a community, but it's like on the actual post. But no one can see your actual journal. Candyman says he can read it all. So yeah, I mean, well, I gave full admin access to Candyman 156. So he can see it, but no one else can. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Everyone's like, well, I'm deleting the app. That's creepy. Just don't say his screen name 3 times or he's going to come and murder you or something. Isn't that the movie? Candyman. Cloud connected. Way too many periods and underscores. Training calisthenics on gym off day, yay or nay? What's your goal? Again, I don't have anything against calisthenics. Anytime we get these questions, it's like, it's not an off gym day. You have to stop thinking about it like this. Training calisthenics on gym off day. It's not an off day. You're training. You're fatiguing yourself. You're not recovering. You're doing more work. So you're negatively affecting your ability to recover from your strength training. What's your goal? Why not you figure out what your goal is, and then that will answer your question. Are you trying to maximize building muscle? Then you need to recover properly. If you want to have a calisthenics day in your program, make sure you're recovered so you can do that. And then you recover from that so you could do your gym day again, per se. But don't do it it's not an off day if you're training. It's like doing cardio on an off day. It's not an off day. There's going to be fatigue incurred, and it's going to limit your repair and your recovery. Candyman says, I will come and take your creatine if you look in the mirror and say my name 3 times. Ooh. It's like Dune. I'm going to come and steal your water. Candyman taking my creatine. Good thing I supplement. Can't take mine. Projector on the YouTubes. Papa Solio, what's your opinion on the CEO killer? What do you mean? What do you mean, my opinion? Do I think he's hot? Ooh, am I swooning? I'm not even convinced they have the right person. You guys saw those the pictures of the 2 different, like they're wearing different jackets, different face. So it's super sketchy. I posted that, now you see everywhere, oh, he 3D printed a gun and 3D printed a suppressor. It's like, oh, is this a play to try to ban 3D printed guns now? They're going after guns in this way. Never let an opportunity go to waste. So what do you mean my opinion? Don't murder people. How about this? Don't murder people. I don't even know if they have the right guy. We'll see what happens. But things don't make sense yet. Things don't make sense yet. Shocker. I'd be very skeptical about most things, especially when you see 2 pictures like that's not the same dude. So who knows? We'll see. Healing gym rat. But don't murder people. I mean, that's not good. That's not a good thing. We don't encourage that. Unless you're Taylor Lorenz. Psychopath. We'll talk about psychopaths when we get to the AOC story. Healing gym rat. Can I eat chicken instead of steak? If you are okay with vegetables. If you're okay with vegetables.
Matt Damon.
I didn't know they stack shit that high.
Can I eat chicken instead of steak? If it's high quality chicken, pastured chicken, you don't want GMO corn and soy. I mean, most places you're going to buy chicken, it's not going to be quality birds. You can, but it's not better than steak. Just putting it that way. So can you have chicken? I have chicken on occasion, but why? But why? Was it like Ryan Reynolds? But why? Why do you want to do it?
Is this a list of things I did to your mom last night?
But why? Nunu. Hi, Papa. Hello, Nunu. Is weighted walking incline treadmill bad for recovery? Is too much to be recovered? Want to do this between weight days? Thank you, Papa. Weighted walking incline treadmill. I'm not personally a fan of, there's no need to wait. Like put a weight vest on. You don't need that. You can just walk on an incline. I would say walking on an incline is better than walking on a treadmill. It's better than walking flat. I used to do that. But I think higher intensity, doing like sprinting is better for cardiovascular training. It's better for the human body. I mean, going for a walk is great outside. Walking on an incline is probably a better use of your time if you're on a treadmill because you're doing a little bit more work. So it's not bad for recovery. It depends on how much you're doing. Are you working super hard? Are you doing it before you're training? Are you exhausting yourself? Are you doing it for an hour? How often are you doing it? That matters. So when I say don't fatigue yourself on off days, I'm not saying don't do any work, but just understand people that say, I'm going to do cardio. It's going to help me recover. It's not helping you recover from your weight training. It's fatiguing yourself. However, it might make you feel good. It might get your blood moving and there might be other benefits, but it depends. So if you're doing intense cardio on off days, it's not helping you recover from your weight training. People have this weird idea that, oh, my legs are sore. I'm going to do cardio and loosen them up. You're working hard. You're not, time and rest is allowing your muscles to recover. Doing hardcore cardio isn't it's not helping in repair in that sense. Intense cardio. So just keep it in mind. Keep it in mind. So what you need to do is work it into your program. Understand what fatigue is and understand what your goal is. And then you can design your program around that. Maybe if you want to do some sprinting, maybe that's good to do it on one of your leg days and prioritize that rather than do it in between. Use that as part of a leg day. Maybe do your sprints first and then do some leg extensions afterwards. Like your sprinting is in place of like your heavy squat pattern or something on that day or pushing a sled, but it's work. So you can filter this kind of stuff in to your existing program, but just understand and keep track. And this is why tracking is important, because then you can see if your performance is increasing or decreasing, and then you could adjust accordingly. So this is kind of something we already talked about. What should I eat on a rest day? Aliyah, what should I eat on a rest day? You should eat what you eat on eat real food, eat nutrient dense food, eat food that you would eat on a training day. Weird. Steak. I feel like what was the movie? Was it Madagascar or Finema? Like mine, steak. Matthew Lodge 08. What's your favorite muscle to work out?
Because
I don't have one. Don't have favorites. Prioritize what needs to be prioritized. T. Kilpat, Papa Swolio, a suggestion to grow small lats. Any muscle that needs to grow, progressive overload. Don't overthink it. A lot of times when people want to grow a body part, okay, this is important. Pay attention. When people want to bring up a body part, they train it more. That actually is going to do the opposite. You're going to fatigue it more and you're not going to build muscle. What you need to do is progressively overload. The same way you would train your calves or your shoulders or your biceps, you want to add weight or reps. You want to increase the load over time. So the lats can work in a couple ways. What you want to do is, it's really simple. To train the lats, you want to do a sagittal plane pull and you want to do a frontal plane pull. So really there's only 2 exercises you need, and you can pick. Everyone's got different access to equipment, different gym, different machines. There's some machines that suck, some that are great. So it depends on what you have access to, but I would recommend a frontal plane, a wide pull down or a wide pull up, right? Wide. So you're getting that frontal plane. Fantastic. And then do a sagittal plane, whether it's a 1-arm like cable row, you only need to come towards the midline, or do like a high row pull. It doesn't really matter. So you want to do a sagittal plane pull like this with your elbows more close to the body, whether it's a high row or a cable or a lat pull down, but like a single arm or a 2-arm. And then you want to do a frontal plane pull. And that's really it for the lats. You don't need a lot. And you probably, in a session, you don't need to train them every session. You don't need to train the lats. You can, but you only need 1 or 2 sets probably. So train the frontal plane, train the sagittal plane, and you don't have to do both in the same session. Because if you're doing 4 sets, for example, in a workout, the last 2 sets you're just kind of blasted. You're not really getting the same stimulus as that first set. So maybe one session, if you're training them twice a week, one session do frontal plane, the next session do sagittal plane, and you're fine. And just progressive overload. But frontal plane pull downs, like the wide grip pull downs or wide grip chins, those are awesome. Those are great. And that's probably mostly what you need for lats, but a sagittal plane too, like an elbow tucked in. Sylvia Hernandez, 6412. Suggestion to meet protein intake.
Because
The salchicha, Sylvia. The salchicha.
Hi, puppy.
So suggestion to meet protein intake, like how much protein or how to do that? Steak. Again, the answer is steak. The answer is meat. Beef. That's my recommendation. Beef, eggs, raw dairy. And then you're probably going to be consuming up towards a gram per pound of body weight. But, a range up to. I'm not giving you an exact number, but this matters. Again, when you're figuring out your nutrition, how many calories I'm consuming, you can track it. You can see how much protein you're consuming, how much carbs, and you can keep track. Be consistent for a while. You could weigh yourself and see your overall body weight. What you want to see is your performance increasing. So if your performance is increasing, you can maintain as is. If you start to see your performance kind of flatlining and your weight, you could see based on your body weight, based on your performance, and if your weight's not going up, and if it's your weight staying the same and your performance is increasing, you're putting on muscle, then after a while, your performance kind of like flatlines and your weight starts going down. Oh, maybe you need to increase the protein a little bit. You can get very granular, but that's what it takes. You have to kind of see as you go. And the more consistent you are, if you're just eating random shit, you're going out and you're eating at this restaurant or this diner and you're just getting takeout here, you have no idea what the fuck you're eating. There's so many variables. The more consistent you are with what you do based on your performance. Okay. Always base it on your performance. Are you increasing? Are you getting stronger? Cool. That's really what's most important. Are you putting on muscle? Fine. And then you can adjust the calories and the carb and the protein accordingly, but you really want it to be based on your performance. If your performance is suffering, you don't want that. You don't want your performance to suffer. I want to cut. Well, do you want to get weaker too? No. You want to lose muscle? Of course not. So make sure that what your nutrition is, it's feeding into your performance. And if your performance is suffering, that's giving you insight as to you're not being able to make progress based on maybe glycogen, protein, sleep, training protocols. So you have to meet that. Do these people ever watch the Daily Swole, says Jeremy? Well, these are questions from Instagram. So they're not, this is like not submitting from, we post, we do question prompts. We do question prompts on Instagram. So it's not associated with the show. It's not like, hey, we're not like, this is just, we're pulling it separately and answering questions. For example, Yazhu Dong. Yazhu Dong, 24/7. How to talk to girl. Open mouth. Use vocal cords. Make gorilla sounds. Use club. Hit overhead. Drag to cave. How to talk to girl. take girl. Girl. How talk girl. I would say go to the fucking gym and build confidence. You overcome hard shit, you're going to build self-confidence, and talking to a girl is just overcoming a hurdle. So you feel better about yourself, you feel more confident about yourself, you'll project that, and girls will respond better. Wasn't this in the show last week? It's always in the show. People are always asked that once in a while. A lot of these questions are repeats because people ask the same questions. Understand that there's 7 billion people in the world in the human experience. A lot of people are like, how do I get abs? How do I get arms? What do you do for arms? How do you... That's why a lot of questions are the same, but it's important to address them because a lot of people have the same questions. It is what it is. Moving on. Here we go. Balls deep. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. That's deep. All right. Glorious. Let's see what we got. Pick a number. Ooh. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is offensive. We got a bunch of short ones. Good. You pick a number 1, 2, 3, or 4. No, 1, 2, or 3. I'll choose the first one. We'll do the short one first. That's what she said. 17 seconds. So change your diet. Why is the Rumble thing moving? So pick a number 1, 2, or 3, and I'll choose the first one. So I'll get it started here.
I'm talking about my wig, putting on my wig in the morning. Why would you comment this? You don't know me. You don't know my life. How do you know what my diet is? You don't know what my exercise is. So why would you say this? You're just being fat phobic for fun, and I don't get it.
Well, I can make assumptions. I'll tell you why. So the person's responding to a comment that says, she's responding, why would you... First off, don't answer comments. Look, you might look at comments. You could tell, why are you making a video based on a comment from someone named Tomato? Reply to Tomato's comment. So you're arguing with someone named Tomato on the internet. You're on TikTok responding to a person named Tomato. All right. Tomato said, clean your diet and exercise. So it's like, you don't know me. You don't know my diet. You don't know my nutrition. I'll tell you what, Tomato can make an inference. And the reason is because this person's ad is Fat Girl Fab. So her identity is around being fat. And her delusion is thinking that she's fabulous because she's fat. So I can assume that your diet and exercise is probably not on point because then you wouldn't be fat. And obviously you need to be fat. That way you can keep the grift going and get attention because that's your screen name. So your identity is around being fat. So I think you actually responded to Tomato, and Tomato was actually right. Tomato was correct. Tomato was right. Tomato won that round. Stop whining. Tomato wins. Tomato wins. Victory. Tomato. What was it?
You lose.
Tomato won. Tomato's a fruit, by the way. You thought it was a vegetable. You thought you would win, but Tomato's like, I am a fruit. Dun, dun, dun. Horrifying. Okay, let's go with Jean Fernandez, number 2. This is called Dumb Comparison.
What's in the box?
The video is titled Dumb Comparison.
Men that date fat, the men that date fat chicks, it's usually they don't have as many options. And some girls get away with it a little bit more because they're shaped better, they have a pretty face, but by and large, men just don't like fat girls.
Would you go to the chicken shop and buy a bone and a bit of chicken with no meat on it?
What?
Would you go to the chicken shop and ask for a side breast with no meat, just a side breast?
They might like ass and boobs, but they don't want a gut.
That's like
Oh, I love it. Would you go to the store and ask for a chicken with no meat? I'm not eating the person. Well, I mean, you know, unless it's your mom.
Shampoo my crotch.
All right. Kind of two different things, you know. No, they don't want a gut unless you're pregnant and you impregnated them. That's different. But yeah, you don't want a lazy fuck. This weird cope. Would you go to the stall and get a chicken bone with no meat? What are you talking about? No, like I'm not literally consuming the flesh of a person. Redonkulous. Okay, let's go with Cerny number 1. Being fat is okay. Oh, Cerny. How dare you?
Internalized fat phobia is something I personally really struggle with.
No kidding.
And it sucks. Because guess what? I'm allowed to be fat. And I'm cute as fuck while being fat.
Pause. That make enough sense. Yeah, it's...
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
You're allowed to be fat. I don't understand why people think that this is an argument. I'm allowed to be fat. Yeah, there's no law against it. It should be societally frowned upon. I'm allowed to be fat. Okay. You're also allowed to wear spandex, but it should be frowned upon socially. Right? Spandex is a privilege, not a right. And you're cute as fuck while being fat. That's your opinion. You're welcome to your own delusions. So being allowed to do something does not mean that you should do it. These are people that I guess never got hugged or just are desperate for attention. It's a weird thing. It's a weird psychological issue. Let's continue this train wreck.
But also,
God damn
today, I had an incident when I was taking my body measurements.
And the measuring tape broke.
For a sewing project.
And you realized that you would need 2 rolls of fabric instead of 1.
And my waist measurement is almost as long as the tape measure, and I was just like, fuck. And I had a bit of a moment.
Yeah, oh shit, I'm fucking morbidly obese.
And it wasn't pleasant. And I need to remind myself that being fat is okay.
Jesus Christ. That's so sad.
Being fat is okay.
Oh, being fat is okay. All right. Can we get that's a huge bit? We certainly can. Where is that? Yes.
That's a huge bitch.
So instead of, all right. So her waist measurement is almost as long as the tape measure. And she was like, fuck. And I had a bit of a moment, and I need to remind myself that being fat is okay. Being fat is okay. So you take a measuring tape, realize that it doesn't even go around your fat gut, and instead of realizing, hey, I need to change my habits because I am killing myself, I'm literally dying. This is me before I just drop dead. And then saying, being fat is okay. There's no place like home. Like, click your heels. You are in a delusional world. You're delulu. You're gone. You're off the rocker. You can say that all you want. Ain't going to get you a guy. Ain't going to take away your diabetes. Super cringe. Gross. And gross. It's disgusting. Again, it's disgusting. Now, if that same person was saying, I really need to change my life. What do? I really want to improve myself. I'm committed. Well, there you go. We could have a conversation, because a lot of people are in these tough situations because, yeah, there's a lot of poisons in the food. You're not taught this in school. Your parents didn't teach you. Your parents had bad habits. I get it. You know, it's your responsibility. Maybe things that happen to you aren't your fault, but to perpetuate it and to hide from it, well, that's your choice. And that's just a weak mentality. And it's not correct. It's just morally abhorrent. So once you recognize this, you got to make changes. But instead you lie to yourself, then that mindset is just pathetic. It's gross. So we're not making fun of people, but that mindset is just like, oh, I'm in a terrible spot. Well, I'm beautiful the way I am. It's okay. It's okay. Everyone's wrong. You're fat phobic. No, you are just delusional. So then it becomes a logically offensive argument, and that's why we address it. All right, one more, and then we'll get into the story.
What's in the box?
This one's called Medical Appointments, fam. Turn the widescreen on. This is... Yikes, man.
As a fat person, I often dread medical appointments.
I would not use the term fat. There's a line that is crossed when fat is not descriptive enough. Okay? Fat is not the word to use in this situation. I cannot see your eyes. The fat has nowhere to go, so it's encroaching on your ocular cavities. Okay? You look like Mr. Miyagi.
As a fat person, I often dread medical appointments because of blatant medical fat phobia. The last OB appointment I went to, the provider blamed everything on my weight and told me that I needed to go on a medication that made me feel really terrible.
This OB appointment that I just went to, I've been dreading, and the provider was amazing. She asked me more.
How did she find it? Was she OB like a, like an OBGYN, like trying to find the puss? That doctor would have to be like Indiana Jones, right? With a bag of sand trying to find that puss. And the big ball comes rolling down. Throw me the idol. Adios, senor. Okay.
And my existence, while grotesque and incomprehensible to you, saves lives. All right, let's do it again.
My pronouns are. She asked me about my name. She made me feel super comfortable, asked me about my trauma history so that she knew how to touch me in ways that were not harmful.
I agree. How can I touch you? Like, oh, God. Get the jaws of life to find the puss. All right. I'm not trying to make fun. Look, this is so stupid. This is ridiculous. How far gone can someone be? Okay.
She just was like, great. And I was crying before getting my blood drawn because I just never have good experiences with medical providers. And so,
how do you find a vein? Seriously, how do you find a vein? How do you find a vein? How do you draw blood?
I don't know. I just wanted to share.
That was it? Yeah. Any medical provider that is feeding into those delusions, what's your pronouns with this? Any medical provider that is feeding into those delusions and not addressing the core issue should lose their license. Like, you're not providing medical attention. Yeah, if your OBGYN asks your pronouns, she needs a new... Yeah, if you're like, oh, well, what's your pronouns? You have a vagina, you're a woman. You should lose your medical license if you can't address a female as a female. If the person doesn't like it, they can go somewhere else and, oh well. We can't be feeding into the mental disorders of people. It's just it's medically negligent. Okay, so yesterday, before we give away the Swole card, hashtag, we'll give this away on Rumble. Make America Swole, hashtag Make America Swole. Drop that in the comments down below. America, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Here we go. We got a little church. We got a little Pinkston. Aww. Little Pinkston Churchill. There you go, sweet beach. We got a little sweet beach here, and we have the Tainty Man. Is he off? Yeah, his head's off. Very nice. We got the not guilty verdict for Daniel Penny, and of course, he's a hero. He's a hero. He never should have been. It's good news. It's good news that Daniel Penny was found not guilty because he wasn't guilty. He is not guilty. He was a hero. He saved people on that train. This guy was a mentally insane person. 42 times arrested in the past 2 years or 3 years, and just mentally unstable, has harassed and assaulted people before. So he was a repeat criminal that was mentally insane, should have been removed from society and given treatment and not allowed back into society, barring progress. Anyway, so we've been talking about that. Good thing he was released. The problem is that he was on trial to begin with. Should never have been on trial. And he should be absolutely suing the state of New York and the prosecutors, and they should all lose their licenses and, be disbarred for bringing this kind of a trial. It's absolutely insane. Anyway, that being said, we have AOC that is just off her rocker. I mean, every time you think maybe she's like, these grifters, especially the Democrat grifters, they're going to say whatever they can to maintain or to gain public sentiment. You have a lot of people that since Trump overwhelmingly had that landslide victory, you have a lot of people on the left that are now trying to, talk about how open-minded they are and how they're trying to, go for unity and X, Y, and Z, but they're really just grifting, their audience farming. They're trying to pretend like they weren't part of the problem. So you need to hold people that are liars and grifters accountable. And this is some sick shit. So this is her statement based on Daniel Penny getting the not guilty verdict. Absolutely insane. Just listen to what she says. Absolute, just fucking insane. To anyone that has a triple-digit IQ, it's horrifying just to listen to this individual and how this person can still have a job, taxpayer money, and how you're not just run out of office. It's just really fucked up how this type of person gets reelected.
Essentially said that he would do it again if necessary, if there was a present threat. What do you make of the comments?
So what that means is if citizens were threatened again, he would defend them and protect them again. Guess what? Because he's a good person. Now, the problem with the Daniel Penny situation is that a lot of people are not going to go anywhere near a situation like that because they don't want to be tried for 2 years. They don't want to be threatened for murder. They're not going to intervene because the police won't do a fucking thing. The police are under no requirement to intervene in a situation, just handle the arrest afterwards. So, okay. So that was the context. She's asking how she will respond. So
essentially said that he would do it again if necessary, if there was a present threat. What do you make of the comments?
Doesn't that, I just feel like that tells us everything. If we do not want violence on our subways, and the point of our justice system is a level of accountability to prevent a person who does not have remorse about taking another person's life. I mean,
he didn't take his life.
Even people who have engaged in manslaughter or have taken a life accidentally express remorse. And so the fact that a person may express no remorse indicates that there's a risk that it may happen again. And if we do not want to unleash that level of violence, then we should exert a level of accountability to prevent that from happening again.
Jesus Christ. So she's a disgusting cunt. Absolute evil grifter. If you're wondering whether or not she's evil, this is it. She's being like, you can't be that ignorant. And this is what people don't understand. There's a level. There's certain, like, how much evidence do you need to understand that these people, that she is evil? You're not that stupid. You're not that stupid. Daniel Penny didn't kill him. And again, that's why he was also found not guilty, because he did not kill him. Okay. Daniel Penny was not a threat on the subway. He's like, if we want to stop this, we have to, have accountability for what? You arrested this guy 42 fucking times. Jordan Neely, you arrested this criminal lunatic 42 fucking times. Where's the accountability for letting him loose 42 fucking times? It's so insane. It's so insane. Yeah, he died an hour later and the cops wouldn't give CPR because he was so dirty they didn't want to get AIDS. Remember that shit? They didn't want to get sick or get some disease because he was so gross. They're not going to give him, I guess they didn't have the tools or whatever. I don't know. All the details. You can go and check the reports and all that stuff. But yeah, it was like an hour after that. What a sick, twisted bitch. Seriously, there's no other way to describe it. And if you think that's not evil, then I don't know what you're paying attention to. As if Daniel Penny is roaming the streets just murdering people. What are you talking about? We need accountability. He would do it again. He didn't kill him. He protected innocent civilians. He would protect them again is what he's saying, because the cops aren't doing anything. The justice system isn't doing anything. They let this criminal out on the street 42 times. 42 times. In like what? Remember it was like 2019 to 2021. We looked at it yesterday. So let me ask you guys a question. How many times does it take to be like, maybe we shouldn't let this guy back out? You ready? Gets arrested. Okay. Gets released. Gets arrested again. Okay. 2. Gets arrested again. What do we do the math? Who said it? It was like 2 or 3 times a month. How many times does it take to be like, yeah, you know what? Maybe after the 39th time, maybe we should hold on to this guy. He's been arrested 39 times. Lucky 40? The big 4-0? It's very, you have these people that are like glad that a CEO got shot in cold blood in the middle of like fucking New York City and like in the middle of the day, like, or like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. I'm not going to gloat about someone's death, but my God, he definitely didn't shy away from it. Jordan Neely, like, did he deserve it? You be the judge. But that's, where else was it going to go? Look, I mean, when people say it's tragic, they're just trying to save face. Like, I'm not sad about it. I'm not losing sleep because a mentally insane person that's a repeat criminal. Like it's a tragic event, but I'm not, okay. What else do you expect was going to happen? What else is going to happen? If you don't provide law and order, then people are going to have to intervene because you can't live. You can't have a functional society like that. And how does she not have to get, like, when you lie so flagrantly, when you're that blatantly and unabashedly evil, when all the evidence is there, like the internet exists. We know what happened. We saw what happened. How can you say those things and hold your office? How do you not get repealed? Or like how can you say that? You can't say that out of ignorance. Like there's no excuse for that. The information is there. It's not debatable. It's not out there for debate. Well, I think there was a tragic event. Sure. There shouldn't have been a crazy, insane person threatening people. He should have been in jail or in a mental institution, kept off the streets. Cops should have been there, right? But they weren't, and they let it happen 42 fucking times. So guess what? Someone's got to get in there, and he didn't even kill him. But then, oh, Daniel Penny's the evil one. Oh, evil white person just, roaming the subway, killing black people. It's just fucking insane. You can't tell me that she's ignorant to the facts. You can't tell me that there's anything else but a sinister, evil grift. So she's absolutely insane. You cannot make an argument that you can't be that stupid. Okay? I do think she's retarded, but in the standpoint of you can't be that ignorant. Willfully stupid, can you? Like, there's no excuse for it. That's just not the facts. It's not the facts. It's not the reality. I don't even think it's willfully ignorant. I think it's willfully evil. Right? How can you make the argument that she's not saying this on purpose? I don't think you can be that. I'm just saying, I don't think you could be that stupid. I don't think she's qualified for her job. Not even close. Yeah, make AOC bartend again. She'd probably fuck up the drink order. Make a mimosa with cranberry juice or some shit. But that's my point. That's my point. How can you be... Again, you have to look at the pattern. You have to look at the outcome. Can you be that wrong over and over again, and that blatantly wrong, and that blatantly incorrect? Again, it doesn't take much of an IQ. It doesn't take much to understand. Like, that's my point. How can you say that that isn't evil? So the willfully ignorant it's evil. Being willfully ignorant and willfully stupid, in other words, being consciously stupid and that's evil. That's immoral. She's just lying. She's straight up lying. What other argument can you make? I find it, I can't comprehend that you can become, a member of Congress and be that stupid. Because she's quote unquote smart enough to say the certain things to appeal to George Soros or the left or whatever the fuck she's trying to do. It's like literally the opposite of what happened. It's literally the opposite. So you have to think about the intent has to be there because it's not partially incorrect. It's not, it's a little bit off. Like, I don't agree with that opinion. No, it's literally the exact opposite, right? It's the exact opposite. And so many different topics, Rittenhouse, everything with her, it's the exact opposite. So you can't say that it's just, I'm ignorant, when it's literally, here's the fact, 100% yin and yang. It's not a little bit off because she's watching too much CNN and it's a little bit blurred. And because there are certain people that you might disagree with their opinion based on the facts, right? You might watch a podcast of two people that disagree. They'll agree that something happened. Maybe it's Israel or Palestine or some shit in the Middle East. They understand like, okay, these are the objective events that happen, but they disagree on how to solve them. That's a difference of opinion. You can't, you can say someone's evil or someone's, but it's different when you're agreeing on the facts. That's not even what happened. So there's something there when you are 100% completely opposite. It's very hard to be completely opposite something. You know what I mean? It's very hard to accidentally be on the exact opposite of something over and over and over again. There's an active aspect of, well, here's the truth. I'm going to go with the complete opposite. Like, and that, my point is not accidental. Oh, I'm just dumb and ignorant to the facts. Like, no, you would be a little bit off center. You'd be a little bit obtuse or a little bit, off the bullseye, not the complete different direction. It's just shocking, The wild thing is, all these people that say this kind of shit, they act like the internet doesn't exist. I really feel like that's the only way to explain it. How come so many people act like the internet doesn't exist? They say these things to one person, and it's like, this is going to be everywhere, right? Everyone is going to see this. This is going to be referenced for years and years and years. It's never going to go away. Everyone's going to be showing this wrong opinion and this wrong opinion and this wrong opinion and this wrong opinion. Everyone's going to see this blatant evil lie. I feel like they're in a bubble and they're just, she's young, so she knows social media and she knows the manipulation. She's literally one of the best grifters out there. I don't know how she still has her job. But, yeah, it's just mind-blowing how you can be so wrong so consistently and continue to get fucking attention. It's just sinister. It's sinister. It's not even, SH says contrarian. Yeah, it's not even contrarian. Contrarian just means having a different opinion. That's just wrong. And it's wrong in the most fundamental way. Like Daniel Penny is roaming the subways, murdering people. He's promoting violence. There were a few other people that were helping subdue it. Like, you don't even know their names. Where were those people that helped subdue Jordan Neely? Daniel Penny's literally a fucking hero. There were other people involved. You don't hear about their names. Anyway, I know what you mean by contrarian. Jarella says she's pushing an agenda. Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's what I mean. It's not accidental. That's my point. You're not accidentally 100% wrong. You're not accidentally 100% wrong on all these issues. That's my point. That's why I use the term evil. I don't use it lightly. Because you can have like, oh, I disagree with that take. And you could be, you can disagree with someone on a lot of things, but at least you understand what happened. Their just opinion about what to do about it is wrong. She's just literally, it's not even contrarian. It's just 100% opposite. Yeah, some of them were black. Yeah, you don't hear about them because, it doesn't fit the narrative of white person saves people from crazy fucking black person. Oh my God. Who cares? Who cares what the color of the skin is? This dude was mentally insane, released. So in other words, when you release someone 42 times, you want this to happen. This is encouraged. That's why the Justice Department is so corrupt. Like, they want this to happen. You don't let someone who's committed 42 fucking crimes and been arrested 42 fucking times, you don't release them unless you want it to be 43 and 44. And this was 43, right? And oops, he died. No loss to society, really. Like, too bad they didn't help him out the first 42 fucking times. Shouldn't have happened. That's my point. Should not have happened. But what do you expect? What do you expect to happen? No one's shocked. No one's shocked. So frustrating. But anyway, evil is there. And I think what's the issue is a lot of people don't want to address the actual evil in the world. They don't want to look at it and call it what it is. And using the term evil is not it's not a term that's used lightly. I'm not using it like the left will say, oh, Donald Trump is a Nazi. Like, he's the farthest thing from a fucking Nazi. Like, not that kind of, garbage. But evil is not a term to use lightly, but it also exists. And people have to realize that this kind of stuff exists in the world and it's right there in front of you. But it's hard. You don't want to think about it as that. Because if you think about it like that, it's like, oh my God, it makes it more serious. And most people just want to keep their head down, right? They don't want to get involved. But thankfully, people like Daniel Penny did get involved. And everyone else was thankful for him. And there's video, like there's evidence of showing. All right, whatever, you guys get it. But evil is there, and be aware of it. Make America Swole. Let's give the Swole card away. Jazz Beaches. Here we go, sluts. All right. Very nice. I like. Oh, look at this. All right. Talking a lot of shit, but you won today's Swole card. Candyman 156. Congratulations. Candyman's going to make America Swole. Yay. All right. Very nice. Candyman, send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. Swole card 3140 in the subject, your mailing address in the body of the email, and we'll send you the Swole card. Congratulations, fam. If you have not yet done so, head on over to swolenormousx.com. Download the Swolenormous app today. Reminder also, for just another day or two, we're doing a real special sale. Buy 3, get 1 free. Make sure you head on over to papaswolio.com because this special is ending in I think it's Thursday. So brand new merch, more than 8 reps is cardio. We dropped that one yesterday. So you could check out all the releases. Buy 3, get 1 of equal or lesser value free. So you buy 3 shirts, you get 1 completely free. Go and check it out. You buy 6 shirts, you get 2 free. You buy 9 shirts, do the math, you get 3 free. You get 12 shirts, you get, is it 4 free? All right. Stay with me here, fam. Anyway, check it out, papaswolio.com. More than 8 reps is cardio. Facts. I can't wait to wear this. People are going to be like, oh, what's wrong with cardio? You hate cardio? Oh my God. What about for your heart? What about this? What about 10 to 12 reps? Oh my God. I can't wait for the butt hurt. Look, it's satire. Okay. It's true, but it's satire. Get over it. People are going to freak out. All right, fam. We'll see you tomorrow. Make sure you join the fam, swolenormousx.com. Download the Swolenormous app. App Store, Google Play, start your free trial, go check it out and start scheduling, use the journal, all that good stuff, start working on your playlists. And you can also go over to swolenormousx.com. Thanks for being here, Beaches. We'll see you tomorrow for 30 Schwam 41. Peace, McGee's, Deuce Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Need a straight jacket, cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
yeah, I found that young king with my crown at 10 racks in the fanny pack, couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you made, that's a bed that you laid, that's a bed that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go where they pay. What kind of game is you playing? Yeah, whoa, my shit is relevant. On topic, my melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons on closets and making new deposits.